Salute, salute. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. You heard? What they so mad at Henny for? He didn't even do shit to nobody. Henny don't even be doing nothing to nobody. Kennard, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Kennard, I got them mad out here for. I don't know for why I didn't do nothing to nobody. You heard? But I got them super duper mad. Super duper mad. That's a fact. I got them super duper mad. I be needing a laugh though, you know what I'm saying? So I don't mind them being mad at me, you heard? Cause you come in here, hit the like button. We ain't gonna talk about shit. You know, same old shit. Maybe that's why they mad. Cause I come out here and don't got no content for their ass, you heard? But they still come in here and they be in the bushes. They be in the bushes. They be in the bushes. That's a fact, Kennard. That's a fact. But what's funnier to me is that they think that they're doing something or saying something by just, you know what I'm saying, talking about me. Jay, what up? Salute. They think that they're doing something by they mad because when I pulled up to Jay's the other day, I didn't wall out on shots in Cuba. You heard? They mad because I call Cuba Cuba. You heard? Because I'm not up here disrespecting. I told you already. I told them a minute ago. I said, yo, I might, talk shit and shit like that. I might talk shit. And then the next day, I'm over that shit. I'm not no bitch to be holding a fucking grudge for 30 years. You heard? I don't. And I'm not saying everybody that holds a grudge is a bitch. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying though is, how is you mad at me because I didn't go on Jay shit and while out on shots and on Cuba? Well, why are you mad at me because of that? You know what I'm saying? What you should have did. You know what you should have did. You know what you should have did. You should have just went outside that day, and that way you don't be you don't gotta walk around with Henny on your mind all day. You heard? And I'm not talking about the alcoholic beverage. You about to go berserk? What's even funnier, right? That little old Henny. Yo, listen. They got he got paid nothing to waste his whole Saturday, at least 8 hours on little old Henny. And let me say this also. Let me also say this, right? Respectfully. Somebody put me on that I could take that man's channel for using my content. You heard? They sent me a little link. I haven't had time to watch it. I'm gonna watch it after I get off this live, and we're gonna see what it do. You heard? You heard? I spent a little while just listen. They did two different lives, right? Talking about little old Henny. You heard? The little andale, arriba, arriba. You heard? They spent the whole day Saturday, their whole Saturday speaking on little old Henny. While Henny was chilling, you heard? Henny was chilling. G Mama, salute. I appreciate you pulling up, right? They spent the whole Saturday talking about little old Henny. You heard? Little old Henny. Me? Little old me? And all they did was use shit that they've been saying over and over and over. And you know what Henny did? Henny didn't even do nothing. Henny just pointed it out and said, look how crazy these dudes look. And I'm not just the only one that thinks that shit look crazy. Respectfully, you heard? Respectfully. I'm not. They make themselves look like goofies. You heard? Maybe they did make $1. Let me take that back. Maybe they did make $1. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody hit the cash app. You heard? I know I did 2 lives last night. I did one on StreamYard and then I did one on my other live. The one on StreamYard, shout out to you who hit the cash app. You heard? On my second one, I didn't make none. But my first one, I didn't do a long live. I did it. I think maybe it was an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. And what I got was decent. You heard? Respectfully. Respectfully. And I didn't have to spend 6, 7, 8 hours on somebody else. They get mad because when I be like, yo, get off the matruski, they get mad because they willingly take the matruski and they take the matruski and they put it in their mouth. And then when Henny gets upset off that shit because I don't go that way and I say, yo, can I have that back? And I take it out their mouth. Now they get mad. Oh, you talking about matruski? You got it in your mouth, B. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. 1609, Bruce says, what up? I can only do an hour live, you heard? Because I be throwing dogs against the walls, they say, right? And I be having the walls painted with shit. That's what they say. That's what they say I do to my animals, you heard? Hey, respectfully, I'm sorry about that, G Mama. You know, no, I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just saying, they get mad. They get mad when I say, yo, take, and I don't even say the D-I-C-K word. I say matrushka. Like, some people might not know what that means. But for them to just have my name in their mouth for no reason, that's what we call that in the hood. You heard? You know, I'm pretty sure you know. You know what I'm saying? That's so you humble salute. So I just say, yo, can I have that back? Can I have it back, please? And they get mad. They get mad. They said, yo, I heard you, the second live he did yesterday, yo, shout out to you who hit me up. They're like, yo, he's crying. He's cheerleading for that other dude. Talking about he never came into your chat. What? 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 It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be mad sometimes, you heard? But if y'all think doing lives on me and regurgitating the same shit over and over and over is gonna do anything, no, it's not. What I can say is we haven't forgot the little hissy fit you threw over your rent, right? And you didn't come outside when it was time to come outside. So how am I supposed to feel some type of way when you go live? You see how many, listen, that's another thing. This wasn't just me having this conversation. This was a few of us, right? How is it that you got so many other people clapping at you, but because Henny's humble and Henny be cheating, you think Henny's an easy target? You think Henny's gonna buckle? Because all you're doing is just regurgitating shit that's already been said. You heard? And you see that shit did nothing to me. It didn't budge me or nothing. You heard? You heard? I do get a kick out of coming up here and laughing. Bobby Ramos, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Hope you guys are staying warm. This morning it was 29, I think, or 20, maybe 19. It was 19, I think, and it felt like 12. It was cold. I know it was cold as hell. Love, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Henny got them. Henny got them. Henny got them. Listen, on a Saturday, you could have did this. You could have did that. You could have did anything, but instead you spent your whole Saturday thinking about Henny. You know how crazy that should look? Not on my behalf. Not on my behalf. Because listen, somebody texted me yesterday and was like, yo, go over there and talk shit, bro. Come on. I was like, nah, I don't want to give him the view. They was like, all right. I was like, you know what? I ain't going to go in there and say something. I went in there, said what I said, and bounced. You heard? Respectfully. Respectfully. Oh, shit. Shout out to Stevenson for winning that fight last night. You heard? You heard? I got them in their feelings. I got them in their feelings because I come up here and smile because I treat people with respect. You know what I'm saying? And they get in their feelings. They get in their feelings. You heard? I know if I looked every morning in the mirror when I'm brushing my teeth and I look like that man, I'll be just as upset as he is. You heard? Cause he's upset. He's upset at life. He's upset at his he's upset at how Jay made him look on the internet and all this gangster, all that barking, all that rah 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 rah, rah all this andale, right? But I'm not looking crazy like that. You heard? You heard? That's a fact. I said, yo, you look crazy. Yo, you know how crazy you look? You went up there to talk to Cuba? After he said, I didn't go up to nowhere to talk to Cuba. I didn't go nowhere. Cuba pulled up there after I was already up there. You heard? But you know how crazy you look? That a grown-ass man came into the parking lot where you put your kid on the bus and you did nothing. You did nothing. You heard? You talk all this, I'll go lay in bushes and do this and do that. No, you won't. No, you won't. You'll get on the internet though and hit the live button. That's what you will do that. You will do that and you'll bark, 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 bark. Hey, G Mama, weren't you guys supposed to get a snowstorm this weekend? What happened to that? I thought it was supposed to be mad cold over there this weekend. I know it's cold. I'm saying the snow. I thought y'all was supposed to get like a vortex or some shit like that. Well, it's Sunday already. The weekend's almost over. Still, it's cold as hell. I know that. I listen. I know it's freezing cause I seen a video on Instagram this morning of somebody was saying they live in Miami. I don't remember who it was, and they said it was 32 degrees in Miami. This morning here, it felt like 12. That's freezing to us. You heard? Even 30 is cold to us. That's just crazy, you know. But what I can say is that January's over. You heard? We're in February, just a few more months, and y'all be back in business. We got only a few more weeks, and we be back in business ourselves. That's a fact. I do enjoy the not this cold, but I do enjoy when it's a little chilly, because we don't really get hoodie season the way it is over there. Like when like October comes and Halloween and all that shit come, over here it's still mad hot. Sheesh. This morning though, humble, when I woke up this morning, it said New York City felt like 4 degrees. You heard? I'm trying to figure out why the fuck my shit still don't do the avatar thing. That's crazy. On my other joint, when I went live last night, on my other the 1981 joint, I had an avatar. I'm disappointed in a certain person who come around this motherfucker sometimes, mad drunk and acting crazy. Dead ass. I said I'm gonna speak. I said tomorrow I'll speak about it. I spoke about it a little bit last night, and I'm gonna speak about that shit again. He need to seek some kind of help. You heard? He need to seek some kind of help because that shit is nasty work. The shit he be doing, going around even fucking comments in people's videos and coming into chats, acting the most Man, that's crazy, you heard? That shit is crazy. And then when you say something, yo, you're supposed to be a friend. You're supposed to be a friend. Like, yo, how many times can I give you fucking advice and tell you to chill and get some kind of fucking help? Motherfucker don't want to get help. Motherfucker just want to keep doing what they're doing and then come violate people's chats and channels and shit like that and don't give a fuck. I think that shit is cool just because you wake up and you don't remember what happened the night before. We remember. Best believe we remember. We remember, you heard? I got hit up early this morning. Early this morning. Shout out to both the females that hit me up talking about, yo, your man's out of pocket. Your man's out of line, you heard? He needs to just love his wife and stay the fuck off the YouTube shit if he's gonna be drunk. Seriously. What up? I said nasty work for real. Motherfuckers was fucking bombing my text messages yesterday saying the most craziest shit. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I guess they be feeling themselves a little too much and they thought my live yesterday on my live on the StreamYard, they thought it was about them, you heard? And it's like, what? Like, I just can't wait. I just can't wait till people get tired of that shit or he crosses the right one and they fucking dox his whole shit and they fucking. It's not that I can't wait, but I'm just saying. I try to warn like, yo, you be mad messy out here. You be mad messy, and motherfuckers just don't want to listen. All right, do you? I'm personally gonna disassociate myself with that person, respectfully. You heard? Out here doing the most, looking crazy, looking mad thirsty while you got a wife, and then looking mad stupid in chats, fucking saying the craziest shit. Motherfucker can't handle fucking alcohol. Lay off that shit. Y'all watched the fight last night? I ain't gonna front. I thought Teofimo was gonna whoop his ass. I ain't gonna front. But that wasn't the case, you heard? Yo, the shit that I be thinking about sometimes, I be like, yo, what's wrong with some people, yo? People are fucking crazy. And I'm about to find this live. Wait, just wait. Just wait. Wait, just wait. Niggas want to use my content, and I'm gonna find this live. I'm gonna find this live, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna reach out to somebody and see how I could do this. You heard? I'm about to reach out to somebody and see how I could do this. I'm about to make niggas look crazy. Nigga said yesterday, and shout out to KT. Nigga said yesterday in KT's chat, I'm about to be monetized. All right, using my content. We'll see about that. You heard? You heard? I'm not in the street selling nothing. I'm trying to treat this kind of like a business, and you trying to use my shit? Say less. You heard? Just watch. Just watch and see. You heard? Yo, my son called me last night. Not last night. Yesterday afternoon. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I said, "Shit. What's up?" He's like, "You want to go to the Mardi Gras shit?" Yesterday was the first parade. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday was the 30th. I don't remember. I know that he asked me to go to the parade yesterday. I'm like, bro, are you crazy? It's freezing out here. I ain't going nowhere out there. Facts. Pretty taste salute. Appreciate you pulling up. We ain't talking about shit. We just in here chilling, you heard? Not only do I like wasting their Saturdays, but I also like having them sit in the bushes. I gotta extract I gotta figure out how to extract this audio from one of my lives where there was a few people on the live and we was all talking, but the one person that wasn't talking that wasted his whole Saturday yesterday, you can hear what he was doing. I just gotta figure out. I don't know, Virgo, and I set the shit up earlier. Street Queen salute, Virgo's child salute. Appreciate you guys pulling up. I sent I gotta figure out how to extract some audio. You heard? I'm about to make motherfuckers look real crazy. They out here using my content, think they're gonna get monetized. Wait till I get off this live. That's a fact. Watch, watch. And I'm about to go live afterwards. And I'm gonna brag about it. You heard? Respectfully or disrespectfully. If I was out here selling crack and shit like that, or selling drugs, obviously, you know. But I'm trying to treat this shit like a business. And if you're using my shit, shame on you. You heard? And I've heard other motherfuckers snitch before. You heard? Like really snitch. This is not snitching. This is protecting what's mine. And my content's my content. If you got my content on your shit, if you're playing any kind of audio, my audio, watch this. That's a fact. People don't like that dude, yo. People send me all kinds of links. Not all kinds of links. They send me a link on how to I just don't like taking the time to do that shit, but I will. Facts. Yo, my other channel, like my 1981, I'm gonna I might do some other different type of content on this channel. And then my 1981, I think that's the one I might do the graffiti shit I was gonna do. Cause I don't really think that I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You heard? I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. For real, for real. What I am gonna do though is not use other people's content so they don't fucking take my shit. You heard? Sexy J salute, Cuchillo gang. You heard? They thought going live on me and talking mad shit on me was gonna get me mad. Nah, what's gonna get a motherfucker mad is that they thought they were so close to monetization. You heard? That's a fact. I had a wonderful Saturday though. I know I had a. Not only did I have a wonderful Saturday, but I also done spent 8 hours talking about somebody. Respectfully, my first live I did maybe an hour, and I talked a little bit of shit. But it wasn't just dedicated on one person. My second live on my second channel, my other channel, you know, we talked shit, we laughed, we chilled. Wasn't that bad? Spending 8 hours on Henny, little old Henny, the andale arriba guy, right? And not get paid for it is diabolical. They're about to get me assassinated, you heard? This little motherfucker be talking mad shit. The only reason I'm talking shit is because I didn't start it, you heard? I didn't start it. I did it. I just responded. I didn't even really respond. I just said, yo, how am I gonna really take this dude serious? How do I take that dude serious? He ain't come outside. He can lie and say all he wants. He did not. We saw that. We saw it. You heard? We saw it. Oh shit. Hey, Plaga, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Hey, Plaga, you imagine spending 8 hours on a Saturday, talking about another man, right? You imagine that, and not even getting paid for it. That shit is crazy to me. That's a fact. That's just crazy to me. And what's crazy is I didn't even do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I just responded. I just responded and said, "Yo, that shit was crazy." But I do get a kick out of it. I do get a kick out of it because I'm not bugging. I am not bugging. People are telling me like, "Yo, bro, keep doing that shit. Keep making that nigga crash out." I'm like, how am I making him crash out? I'm not even doing nothing. Well, just keep doing nothing. You heard? Because you got them mad. You got them in their feelings. The little fucking wetback. You heard? This little old wetback got them in their feelings. For no reason. They're like, he's not gonna respond. He ain't really gonna show us too much attention. So let us keep talking shit. Not realizing that he looked wild crazy. Yo, they look wild. Listen, right? He looks wild crazy. Because when Jay pulled up to his house, he ain't come outside. Right? Other people get at him, he don't go outside. He don't say nothing. He might talk a little bit of shit, but always he dedicated a Henny. And then when I say, yo, get the matruski out your mouth. Oh, he fucking, oh, we're talking about matruski. Why? Because I want it back? Because I want it back? Come on, son. That's crazy to me. Crazy and hilarious. That's one thing. That's one thing. That's one thing my baby mama might have not said. She said a lot of stuff, but that's one thing she did not say. You heard? That she ain't keep it real with y'all. She should have told y'all, yo, he really doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't give a fuck. He be chilling, he might chill, you might see him not saying nothing. I don't know why he's not. That's what she should have told you. I don't know why he's not saying nothing cause he will he would really he's not like that. He would. What she should have said to y'all is, yo, this is strange, because this is not the way he really is. He ain't gonna just let you talk shit. But what you supposed to do? Talk shit on the internet? That's what I'm supposed to do? Talk shit on the internet? And look like that dude? That's all he does? Is talk shit on the internet? When it's time to come outside, he ain't come outside. I'm not supposed to take that dude serious. My birthday's in 13 days, you heard? That's why I be laughing when, like, shout out to KT. When KT be pulling out, I know he is. I know he's in the bushes. I know he is, you heard? And look, Friday, Friday he did a live on me, right? Not on me, not just on me though. He did a live, while fessing a couple people up, right? While I was sound asleep, right? So yesterday morning I get on my live and I said, yo, I don't care if you drag me for real. But how like really? You're gonna tell me I should have went on Jay's and performed and did this and that and the third? You should have went outside and performed because I responded to him trying to drag me the night before. He goes into KT's joint and shout out to KT for keeping all those receipts. You heard? Making him look crazy, not making him look crazy, exposing how what a bird he is. You heard? They're making fun of him in there. He doesn't. He knows Henny. He knows Henny's not gonna put that much effort and that much time on him. You heard? Cause he knows. He knows I move around. So he goes and does a 6 hour live on me yesterday. Little old Henny, you heard? Little old Henny does live on me, right? Alright. So I come on live and I say, yo, I see somebody was like, yo, go look at the chat. I don't really care about the chat, but I seen one person in there that also cried about a wrench too. OG wasn't the only one that cried about a wrench, right? So I come up here and I expose that shit. I said, yo, you just crying like a fucking bitch for a wrench. Who does that? Gangsters don't do that. All this gangster talk, gangsters don't do that, right? So then, I get off my live, I go on my other page, I do a little live, I chill and shit like that. I'm not subscribed to old boy. I'm not. I'm not subscribed to him. So, the fight comes on. I end up, I watch the shit. I go to bed. I wake up. Somebody's like, yo, what are you talking about? Nah, I ain't no playing. What you mean? I'm talking about the OG nigga. He just out of nowhere, he did it live on Friday night, dragging me. Yesterday morning, I said, yo, I'm not taking that dude serious. I move around. Like he's begging me up on KT shit. He's coming to my channel, typing in my chat. He's hitting the link coming up here. Uh, then no, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tay. That's what I'm saying. Last week he came on my panel. He came in my chat. I left him alone. I didn't say nothing. Then he goes on KT's joint and he's, yo, salute to Henny. Salute to Henny. Right? Friday, I guess he did a live on me. I found out yesterday morning. So I said something on my live. No, I know. So I said something on my live yesterday. I'm like, yo, I can't take that dude serious. Like, he's talking all this. Yo, I should have went on Jay's joint, acted gangster, and did that, violated Cuba, and violated Top Shots. He's saying that shit on his Friday Night Live when he did that live on Friday. So yesterday I said, like, how are you gonna tell me how to act and how to perform and shit like that when Jay pulled up on you, you didn't perform? That shit made him have a hissy fit. So yesterday evening he did a 6 hour live talking mad shit, playing my content, and he think he gonna get monetized for playing my content. But so I come on my live yesterday, and I laughed at him. I laughed at him for exposing himself, all in his feelings and shit. When Henny ain't even do nothing to him, he just out of nowhere he just went live on me and talked mad shit, and I know why it is. I know why it is because every time he thinks about the day Jay pulled up and he didn't perform, it makes him feel this little. You heard? This little. So what he does is he does a live and he tries to throw shade and put the spotlight on everybody else. So he forgets. How he looked that day, how he felt that day, how he feels to this day because of that shit. You heard? 1 minute he's confused. 1 minute, oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. But then when he gets upset at Henny, oh yeah, I believe that. He's the flip flopper in this bitch. You heard? He's the flip flopper. The pussy flip flopper that don't come outside when it's time to come outside. You heard? And he go live on me again. He can go live on me again, and then when I do my next live, I'm just gonna laugh at him again and say, "Look, he keeps going live because that shit not doing nothing to me. That shit is not doing nothing to me. You heard? He think he's playing. He thinks he's hurting my feelings or saying something. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I didn't even know he did a second live. First of all, I didn't know he was doing his first live yesterday. Somebody hit me up like, "Yo, out of everybody that be talking shit, here he is doing a live on you." I'm like, "A live on me?" He said, "Yeah, he's live." He said it in KT's chat early in the day. But like I said, I'm not subscribed to him. So I didn't see that he was doing a live. So I'm like, word, I'm not even gonna give him the view. Word to God, word of my kids, word of the memory of my fucking fathers that I had. That's what I said. I'm not gonna give him the view. I think after I got off my live yesterday, somebody hit me up and was like, "Yo, go over there, talk shit." I was like, "Nah, I don't want to give him the view." But then I was like, I am gonna go over there. I'm gonna write something in the chat real quick. Yeah, that's a fact. I already got a link to take that shit. Dead ass. Cause this channel, I'm trying to get this shit monetized, and this channel, I'm trying to use as like my business. You heard? So since Henny's not running around being a gangster no more, you heard? Henny's trying to get his shit monetized. He wants to use my content. Say less. You heard? Shout out to the people that don't like him that be hitting me up in behind the scenes. You heard? But watch this. Watch when I get off. Watch when I get off the net. Uh, So listen. So I moved around. All I said yesterday was yesterday's live in the morning. I didn't drag him. You know how I know that shit hurt him what Jay did? You know how I know that shit hurt him? Because that's all I said in my live yesterday. How do you want me to take in my morning live? I said, how are you gonna tell me I should have went on Jay's shit and performed on Cuba? Oh, you wanna call Cuba by his name? It's always Culo del Bronx. Fuck out of here. Like, how are you gonna tell me how to perform? How am I supposed to listen to you when a motherfucker came into the parking lot where you bring your kid and put him on the bus and you have not laid in no motherfucking bushes? The only bushes you be laying in is the bushes here, you heard? Appreciate that. I heard him. Listen, respectfully, motherfuckers talk and give me ideas. Yesterday, listen. First of all, today I got a link on how to take the channel for using your content or using your voice. Right? Yesterday, it didn't even click to me. Yesterday in KT's chat, he said, "Yo, I'm about to be monetized soon, bitches," or some shit like that. I didn't. Then I didn't even think about it. It wasn't even on my mind till I got that link today on how to take motherfucker for using my shit. You heard? You heard? You heard? And then I said, "Yo, take the matrushki out your mouth." Oh, he's always talking about matrushki. You know why? Because I want my matrushki out your mouth. Take it out your mouth already, and I won't have to say that. Because I said, "Give me my matrushki back." I'm the mook. You're not the mook that you're on your fucking knees constantly fucking doing the wop. No? Fuck out of here. You heard? Let me ask you something. If somebody hits my link and their face or their, you know what I'm saying, this they're on my panel, can they can't have me remove that shit, right? If they willingly hit my link, pause, and came on my panel, that's my content, right? Oh, let me say this too. I don't fuck with X. You heard? I don't fuck with X. But let's not forget. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. You heard? Yo, he's not gonna come outside. You saw when Mr. X pulled up on him on my platform. You heard? You see how he came up here? Let me go look at the chat. Let me look at the chat. Hold on. Let me look at the chat. Let me look at the chat. David, salute. You heard? And you know why? You know why? Listen, like I said, we were cordial again. He started coming in my chat again. You heard? He hit my panel last weekend. He hit KT's panel. I don't know when it was, and he shouted me out. Everything was just good a week ago. You heard? Friday comes while Henny's sleeping like a baby. You heard? He hits the link. Oh, not the link. He goes live and tries to drag me. I find out about it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, so you were supposed to talk mad shit about me on Friday, and I can't just come up here and address and say, yo, listen, you ain't come out. How you gonna tell me what to do on Jay's panel when you ain't even come outside when Jay pulled up? Because I could have did a live and drug him. No, I just fucking responded to what he had dragged me in because I was supposed to say shut the fuck up and stay quiet so he could look like a fucking tough guy. When I know and everybody fucking knows clearly he's not. You heard? There's paperwork that his wifey hit him and he fucking told him. He told him, she hit me, she hit me. You know what? Listen. In 2015, I think it was, a shorty threw a phone at me and it cracked me in between my eyes, you heard? When the police came, the neighbors called the police. When they came, right? The officer asked me what happened. I was holding a tissue on my face, you heard, because my shit was leaking. The officer asked me what happened. I said nothing. Ask her. That's exactly what I said. They go to her and ask her what happened. She told them what happened, and they arrested her from the shit. And then I went to court after that with her, and I dropped her. I like, nah, I don't want to charge. Nah. She tossed the phone and it cracked me. It hit me, but she didn't do it on purpose. You heard? You heard? When they came, I didn't say, she hit me. She hit me. She hit me. He wants to come on live. He wants to come on live, talk shit about little old Henny. And he wants Henny to shut the fuck up and not say a word, or he's gonna spend his whole Saturday talking about Henny. He's gonna have to motherfucker start a whole new channel for using my audio. You heard? I don't know if they can if I can they told me I can, but I'm not sure yet if I can for using my audio. You heard? But we about to find out because he did 2 lives doing that shit. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying, love. Henny ain't bother him. Henny ain't saying nothing to him. He just started calling me all kinds of pussies and shit like that. Nah, Jay, you know what he said? He said he was looking for Ming. Shout out to Ming, you heard? He said he was looking for Ming because Ming got the video where he came outside. That's what he said. On God, he said that shit. I'm like, you ain't come outside. You ain't come outside. Let me say this too. Listen, I have like 5, 6, maybe 7 subscriptions to memberships, you heard? 2, 3 of them, I think they were gifted. Respectfully, you heard? Uh, there's. I was watching. I was a supporter of him. You know what I'm saying? Like I would see sometimes, and I'm not gonna talk shit about his channel and shit like that. But he would do the fishing shit, and I would pull up, show support. Even with the working out, I'll pop in there. I would say what's up, and then I will bounce. I'm not about to sit there and just watch the whole fucking content. You know what I'm saying? Like I would watch a little bit and move around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But the point was, I would go in and hit the like and show support, respectfully, right? I was watching one of his lives. He was fishing one night. It was getting dark. It was summertime still. Yo, a fucking raccoon popped out, right? I swear to God, his soul for a split second thought it was Jay popping out at him. Like, he couldn't even close the tackle box. He was shaky, you heard? Dead ass. Dead ass. That's how you give him anxiety, Jay, you heard? I bet you maybe when he goes to put his kid on the bus, maybe he doesn't get nervous then because he has his kid, you heard? But I bet you anytime he goes anywhere, he's nervous. You heard? He's nervous. He thinks you're gonna do something to him. Yeah, I already know. That's what it was. You heard? I also got screen recorded. Uh, y'all remember when Stain went over there and was talking to my kid? I recorded all that shit. You heard? Because I knew he was gonna take that shit down. You heard? And I'm not arguing with her and shit like that, but she's going around saying that I doxed her, that I came here talking about that shit. Shout out to DBN too, you heard? Cause I got that recording too from his live. And still, I'm not gonna make lives bashing him. The only thing I'm doing is talking about the shit how he spent his Saturday yesterday. You heard? How he spent his Saturday. That's what I'm saying. That was but the first time I think he was home. Like I said, I don't look after he talked the shit about my kids and shit like that, right? He did a live last week addressing Cuba, cause Cuba did a live and addressed me and addressed him too, right? So he did a live and said, yo, I did talk about Henny's kids and shit, but I'm off that. You know what I'm saying? Cuba, you dead wrong for sending that's weirdo shit and inviting his kid, this and that and the third, and saying that Cuba was wrong for trying to use my kids to because he's mad at me, and then he turns around out of nowhere because Henny didn't do nothing to him. And Friday, he thinks shit's sweet, and he thinks, look, again, I'm not the only one. On God, I'm not the only one that thought it was weird him having the picture of the picture of the two guys on his platform. You heard? Um, I thought it was weird. A few people thought it was weird, and then I don't want to put him in the middle of it. He knows. Everybody knows here who did a live yesterday, dedicated to the OG dude, right? And in that live, the content creator also said, yo, that shit was wow, yo. You heard? And he was up there giggling and shit like that. Like, that shit is to me. And then when I tell him, yo, get the matrushki out your mouth. Oh, you man mook. Come on, son. I'm the mook. You're the one with the matrushki in your mouth, but I'm the mook. You're the one that got men up there and you're giggling about the shit, pointing at shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? That's not even me in the image, and you're saying hen rock, or like You're imagining that that's me? That's a yo, you heard? Yeah, he's just silent. He's telling the wifey, shh, get under the bed. Hurry up. Dial 911, you heard? They get mad when I respond. When I say something like, yo, you should have just left my name out your mouth. And I'm not gonna put sit here and do what he did for 7, 8 hours. I'm not, you heard? I know he spent 8 hours yesterday on me. 8 hours on little old me. And then you don't want me to think that you're like on some weirdo shit? Fuck out of here. You know what's crazy? Why? What's up, Virgo? You know what's crazy? That all I'm doing is like I did yesterday. Come up here and laugh at what they're doing, what he did. You heard? Look, like today, he spent 8 hours, and then when he hears that shit sounds crazy to him. It pisses him off, and watch him spend his whole Sunday on Henny again. Virgo child, why? What's up? What you did? Oh nah, chill. Yo, my dad would have been furious. I like the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. You heard? I'm about to have that motherfucker mad as a motherfucker. Now, listen. Those ain't tacos though, Street Queen and Virgo Child. Respectfully, they're not tacos. If you really had a real taco in real life, you would know that those ain't tacos. Yo, you know what's even gonna get him madder? That he spent 8 hours on Henny, and it's gonna cost him his fucking channel. You heard? He should have did 8 hours of just talking shit instead of using my shit. Why? This is my place of business. You heard? No loitering. You heard? You heard? Y'all good in the chat though. Nah, they're not white people tacos, Virgo. Yo quiero Taco Bell. That's a fact. That's a fact. Lola, salute. Thank you for pulling up. Hope you're staying warm. Uh, uh, some black to the P, my love. You heard? Shout out to the family. Yeah, that's a fact. You think about it. They got those food trucks on Sunset Park on Fifth Avenue. I think on 39th Street. I think Uncle Ralph talked about it too. They t- they get that shit popping like that. Them shits be good as fuck. They be real authentic tacos. Yeah, I swear I used to do that shit to my dad all the time. Pa, you want some tacos? Where you going? Taco Bell. Those ain't no tacos. That shit used to be mad disrespectful to him. They doing uh Street Queen. They got them in Sunset Park too. You heard on Fifth Avenue, 39th Street. They got an official one. I want it's El Bronco. You heard? If you ever go to I'm almost positive that's the name of it because they got an actual restaurant on 4th Avenue, on 44th Street, and they also I believe that's what it's called the food truck El Bronco. You heard? That I believe is on 39th and 5th in Sunset Park. Yeah, yo, shout out to Sexy J. Yesterday, Sexy J came in the chat and she said something about somebody getting they wig uh punched out right here. You know what I'm saying? His shit pushed back. I thought she was talking about somebody got their shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't watching that at that point. Then afterwards, she said, "Not literally." I still didn't. It still went over my head for real. When I watched that shit, I was like, "Oh, this is what she was talking about." Yo, he tried to hold that shit in place with his boxing glove on. I said, "Yo, what the fuck?" Strictly, that's what's up. I'll ask him if he's gonna be there, and if he is, if he says yeah, I'm alive, I'll let you know. So you go over there, you just tell him that Henny sent you. You know they'll take care of ya. Yo, I can't believe that dude's fucking wig came off or his hairpiece, the toupee. You heard? Toupee. His shit came the fuck off, and he tried to hold it in place with his boxing glove. I was like, yo, that's crazy. He should have used Gorilla Glue for that shit. You heard? That's a fact that Gorilla Glue would have kept it in place forever. Wasn't there a girl like a couple years back, maybe a girl had to go through some surgery shit because she put a wig on and she put Gorilla Glue and she couldn't take that motherfucker off. Why would you want to take it off? Or to wash it, probably, huh? Yeah, he held it. Go watch it. Virgo, when you get a chance, just Google, just YouTube it. The dude that got his wig pushed back, his toupee pushed back on live. You heard? You see, he's trying to grab it with his fucking glove. Like, hold that shit. He should have velcroed that shit or something, right? Like something to hold that. Like, when they put a toupee, do they use like some kind of double sided tape or some shit like that? Like, how do they do that shit? A short about the wig? Yeah, it's a fact, Lola. I just didn't think that he was gonna be ready for I just thought boy was gonna, I thought Teofimo was gonna to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Teofimo, you heard? But I just thought he was gonna I thought he was gonna win. Nah, that's cool. Just hit the cash app. Street Queen, the short is about the dude's wig. Copy. I'm gonna go check that shit out in a minute. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Not only is crazy, right? But you know the embarrassment, cause you know they're gonna make memes. You know they're playing that shit. You know they're gonna talk about it. He's gonna be he's gonna be super embarrassed, especially if he thought that if nobody knew that shit was a toupee, he's gonna be like, damn man, damn. Appreciate that, G Mama. Honestly, I don't be wanting to do these morning lives and talk about like bullshit, like the shit I was talking about when I first started the live, right? I don't be wanting to. You heard? But I feel like instead of coming up here and like dragging him and shit like that, I just come out here and point it out. You heard? And not only that, but if people didn't know that he was live on me and shit like that. And it's also some promo. See, you see how kind-hearted I am? I don't know why they be so mad at me, yo. Respectfully, I don't be knowing why they be so mad at me. I don't got no content, so it can't be the content I got them mad. I got a fifth grade vocabulary, they say, right? It can't be, is you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like I said, I believe some of these people never really liked me. You heard? They felt like, well, he's only gonna be around for a little bit. Let me not look like a hater and show him love, cause they're dragging him. The shit they're saying, he's gonna end up leaving. And since they see that it doesn't bother me, and I keep coming over here, I feel like they're like, nah, fuck this motherfucker. You heard? You heard? Yo, I can't believe how cold it was this morning. It's still freezing out there. I ain't even gonna lie. That wind is deadly. That wind is deadly for real, for real. That's a fact, G Mama. But one thing is right that I don't care how mad a female gets me. Yes, I might come up here and I might address it short briefly. I did disrespect one woman, right? She James, salute, appreciate you pulling up. She called me some fucked up shit. So I came up here and I repeated what other people were calling her. You heard? And I found afterwards, I found I didn't feel good about that shit. You heard? And I'm off that. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? But I watched certain people, drag females, drag them, and it's like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. You heard? Yeah, we us guys get mad and shit. We might respond briefly and just say something, but to just keep going and going and going and going. You heard? That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Even though I feel like some other females be doing some wild shit, you know what I'm saying, that makes some people take it there, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not one for real. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I just leave it alone. Like I don't get nothing. Even listen, not only with the females. I'm not I don't get up every day to mad pissed. I don't. I be chilling. I be chilling. I feel like if you if you're chilling and you wake up, right? And you make yourself talk shit about people, you're just bringing that negative energy around you, and that's what you're gonna become. And I'm not doing that. Stay warm, James. Staying warm. She could be a demon time. It is disgusting, G Mama. But like I said, you know what I'm saying. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying. I don't judge nobody on none of that stuff. But they be get yo. I've seen people say that every fucking that they call the females in here bitches. they that y'all all disgusting, this and that, and I'm like, that shit is crazy. That shit's crazy. Hell yeah, it's cold as hell. Cold as hell, like a motherfucker. That really that does affect the way some females feel. You heard? Some females, they might not say nothing to you, but they see you dragging another female or doing that, like going extra. They might not say nothing, but they'll move around. They won't, you know what I'm saying? They'll try to not be associated with that shit, and I don't blame them sometimes. You heard? A specific female, right? That's been dragging me lately. She said on her shit the other day, I don't understand. I told Henny to leave me alone mad times. I'm saying it in my own words, you heard? But she said that she told me to leave her. That she told me to leave her alone mad times, and I didn't listen. And now that she's on my heels, now I feel some type of way. I'm like, damn. Not only do you be dragging me, lying on me, but now you're just adding on to lies. You heard? You just keep lying. That's just crazy. But it's cool. It's cool because I can't let that shit change how I feel. I don't be on that type of time. Even with the fellas, I don't be on that type of time. I leave shit alone. Look, I honestly believe I got dropped on Friday. Boy did a live and said what he said about me because after he was on my panel and after he went to KT's and saluted me in chats, I see him and I don't salute him. You heard? uh, I just move around. I see him for what he is now, and I just don't want parts of that shit. So I just move around. I don't gotta talk shit to nobody. I don't gotta get up here and drag anybody or do all this extra stuff and all this crying and like that shit look mad crazy. That shit look mad crazy. And if they took a second to step back and look at themselves, how they acting because they're emotional, they will see that Henny don't gotta say nothing about them. They'll see it themselves. They'll see it themselves, and God bless them. You heard? I hope the best for them. You know what I'm saying? Cause that shit got them looking crazy out here. They said I went on Jay's panel the other day. Yo, Henrock, you looking crazy out here. How are you gonna go up there and after Top Shots dropped you from his panel and you talking about you're not gonna disrespect him? You go and do a live and you talking about you're not gonna disrespect him or his mom. That's crazy, Henrock. Why is it crazy? You know why? Cause 2 days before that, I had just said I don't care. If me and Top Shots ever have a falling out, I'm just gonna move around. I'm not gonna drag him or his mom. I'm not gonna do that shit. And I stood on that. You heard? So when he went on Jay's shit and was like, I don't understand why. Well, so whatever he said, I went up there to tell him how I looked at the shit. I didn't go up there to make up with him. I didn't go up there to for nothing, just to say what I said, and I made that clear. Once I was already up there, Cuba popped up. He went on his live, OG did, and said, "Yo, uh, uh, this man sends you Kitty Cash App and you're gonna pull up to talk to this man? How? I was already up there." But that's what they do. That's what they say. You heard? They don't got nothing else. They don't got their own. They don't got their own shit. They gotta go and jump on everybody else's bandwagon after they came on lives before and said, "Yo, I don't believe none of that shit. I don't believe none of that." You heard? And then they get mad at me because the world looks at them crazy. Oh well, chupate este bicho. You heard? Yo, we've been up here for a little bit over an hour. I spoke my piece. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get up off here. But who knows? A little while, maybe I'll come back on StreamYard and shit like that. You heard? Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Street Queen, Virgo Child, Humble Gemini, Pretty Tay, Chilling with Love, G Mama. Kenzo, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Lola. I appreciate all of y'all. You heard? Sexy J. Shout out to the fellas that pulled up. Canard. Oh, yeah, all the fellas. You heard? I appreciate y'all coming through and chilling with the kid. Like I said, I wasn't trying to I just like to point shit out. You know what I'm saying? Henny enjoyed his Saturday. I definitely didn't spend my Saturday thinking about another man. You heard? Y'all have a blessed Sunday. Yo, y'all stay warm. It's cold as hell out there. You heard? Peace and blessings, y'all.